So here's what we're gonna do for Julie. I'm challenging you, man to man. I'm challenging you to a bare knuckle match.
Well, let's make it clear. You gotta pay to play. Show us that you have $250,000 in your account, and I'll set up a fight. Just because this is personal, I'll set up a fight with UNF. We'll do an MMA fight. I'm ready today, I'm ready tomorrow, I'm ready any time you want. But you know what? Maybe he's not a clown. But I'll tell you what it is. You remember in school when they said kids don't use drugs? It's because Ryan is the end result of that. He's highly addicted to drugs. He's on drugs every time he makes a video. And second of all, why are you lying about shit that never happened? That sounds absolutely idiotic.
Well guys, it looks like we are back once again, and it also looks like King Azoulay is also back and continuing to try to make himself look like one of the biggest dipshits on the damn internet. Like, this is truly outstanding work. I have never seen someone so determined to not only get themselves made fun of, but to also just look like a complete buffoon at every single turn. And we have just had some absolutely major developments this time around, with King Azoulay apparently deciding that he's gonna fight back against one of the haters specifically, and decided that he was not only going to make a response video, but was also going to go ahead and respond on his Instagram stories, again trying to promote it. And the man that he is responding to today goes by Ryan Arya on YouTube, and he is basically someone who has come forward and created this YouTube account to go ahead and address all of the different things that Ben Azoulay has been saying. And Ryan here has stated that he actually grew up with Ben in the same area and attended the same high school as him, and he ended up telling quite a few stories about Ben when he was younger and just pretty much refuted all of the things that Ben has said about himself. And these stories have obviously been embarrassing and have even involved different things, like when Ryan stated that he punched Ben in the nose and Ben went to the principal's office crying when he was supposed to be this big bad tough street fighter. So naturally, Ryan has been following all of the drama between Ben Azoulay and good old John Bravo, and very recently, only about 3 days ago, he actually ended up calling Ben out and challenging him to a bare knuckle boxing match.
I've noticed how Queen Fajuli likes to pick fights with dudes that are not fighters. For example, a shot out old man by the name of Ali. Okay, homeboy is probably like, what, late 40s, early 50s, I want to say. You pick a fight with an old shot out man. You are the typical bully picking on dudes you know or you believe that you can beat, right? So here's what we're gonna do for Julie. I'm challenging you, man to man. I'm challenging you to a bare knuckle match, all right? Since you want to go around and pick on everyone else that has no business getting in fights, I'm challenging you, man to man, to a bare knuckle match. No pillow fights, as you like to say. Bare knuckle. Since you were an underground street fighter and a mob boss enforcer, you should have no problem going bare knuckle. So, the ball's in your court for Julie.
And naturally, when I first saw this, I just assumed that Ben was going to go ahead and do what he always does, and was just going to duck this at every turn he possibly could. Especially since people did go ahead and point it out to him in his Instagram comments, and he just pretended to have absolutely no idea who Ryan even was. But it seems that we have just had a complete and sudden change, and Ben has just done a fucking 180, because Ben then decided that he actually did know who Ryan was, and decided to sit there in his car with his man purse on and attempt to talk shit back to Ryan. And instead of addressing any of the shit that's been said against him in regards to the different evidences that have been brought up, he instead decided to do exactly what he did with H and her family, and basically just sat there yapping while implying things in order to discredit Ryan's character. And it basically led to him going ahead and implying that Ryan was a PDF file.
You've probably heard that there's a lot of guys on social media who wants to fight me. They want to get in the ring with me, get in the cage with me. They're trying to catch clout. They want to become more famous off of my name. But a guy at my level doesn't fight low-life individuals. But yesterday I get a message from one of my fans. I got 2 messages from him. One message was, this guy is making a bunch of content about you, but he claims that he knows you and he kicked your ass when you guys were young. On top of that, this guy is also calling you a pedophile and all these other crazy things. And now he says he wants to have a bare knuckle fight with me. So I check out his page and every single video is about me. The guy is obsessed. But my fan also sends me a screen recording of this guy's story from yesterday, where his girlfriend broke up with him because he was giving too many hugs to her daughter. Pedophile. So he calls me a pedophile, but at the end of the day, his girl left him because he seems like a pedophile. But this guy is heavily on drugs. And honestly, I don't like to trash talk people, and you guys know that already. But shit's gotta get handled. So I made a video on YouTube. I'm gonna share it right now with you guys. I told him, if you really wanna fight, we'll fight in the ring. But I'm not making you famous. Although you'll fall asleep in the ring, I guarantee you. You're getting knocked out. But I'm not gonna make you famous for free. It costs. You gotta pay to play. So $250,000, put it in an escrow account, and that's what we're gonna battle for. We're gonna battle till the end. No more fucking around. No more talking shit about me. You asked for it. Let's do it. I'm ready.
And I have absolutely no idea why Ben is even talking about no more fucking around. Like, his statement before that wasn't him just screwing around. Because he really sat there with a straight face and stated that the only way he was going to fight Ryan is if he brought 250 grand to the table in order to fight him. So obviously, this man is not serious, and hasn't been serious for the past couple of weeks. Like, all this man has been doing is just fucking around. He was even accusing people of sending a hitman after his mother only a couple days ago. So in reality, the only reason that Ben probably wants to be paid is so that he doesn't actually have to go ahead and fight Ryan. And of course, just putting that to the side, to go ahead and imply these allegations about Ryan with basically no evidence is absolutely ridiculous based off of the context he has. He doesn't know this man, he doesn't know the relationship, and the only thing he had to work off of was something that Ryan himself posted on his story without any further context. And you know, Ben, if you don't want people accusing you of different things, maybe you shouldn't be making a response video every couple weeks where you're out here saying shit like this right here.
I was never convicted of
I was convicted of all copulation with a minor.
I was 18, she was under 18, and I agreed to take a plea deal that I got a blowjob from her.
So Ben, I do have to say, that is not a good look whatsoever, and I can see how people are calling you and assuming these different names about you. But for you to go ahead and then just say this about Ryan over this clip right here that I'm about to play, that Ben decided to repost as I guess his version of evidence, is just such a jump in conclusion that it's crazy.
You think you know somebody, and after 4 months, they tell you that they don't like that you give their daughter too many hugs. Sounds like someone's jealous that their kid loves me more than them, and had the audacity to say that I'm not a real man. I don't think anyone has business to be talking when they are 37 years old, living at home with mom and dad, and drive Uber for a living. And I'm not the real man. Make that make sense.
So as you can tell after watching that, it is just not the home run that I guess Ben thought it was. And you would have to make some insane jumps in conclusion and give zero benefit of the doubt that that was what was being implied when Ryan said this. And after going ahead and doing his little rampage with his little merce on, Ben then used all of this on his Instagram account to go ahead and promote his little YouTube video to his 20 different fans that he has just waiting to watch it. A YouTube video that I guess he had second thoughts about at first because he took it down and then later reposted it again. So let's just go ahead and dive straight on into this shit show and see what this goober has to say.
There's a guy from my area that I just found out about today who is claiming a lot of shit about me, that he says that he knew me. Now this is, I take a little personal. And why I take it personal? Because this is someone from my area. There's a lot of goons out there trying to fight me all over the internet, all over the world. I don't care about them. But there is a guy right now who claims things that never ever happened. And I want to put an end to this really quick. His name is Ryan. He claims that we went to the same school together. Possibly, I don't remember the guy. Never seen him in my life. But more than that, he claims that he punched me in my nose. Never happened. And that I ran off to the dean. Never happened. And that he knew the girl. That also never happened. And he said that there is a friend of his that I gave a shit ton of steroids and that he almost died. That also never happened because I've never given anybody steroids. But he keeps running his mouth.
And yeah, I do find this interesting, because I don't know why Ben Azoulay would feel the need to go ahead and respond to someone like this, if it apparently never happened and he just never knew who they were. Now maybe he's telling the truth, which it's hard to take him by his word since we have caught him lying about so many different stupid small things. But if he was telling the truth, why take the time to respond to someone whose video really didn't blow up that much or anything like that, and who isn't just a giant YouTuber calling you out? It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And by responding to him, Ben, you're only giving him more authenticity, because it makes me think that maybe you really did know him and this really is just super personal. But the funniest thing that I do find about this is the order of allegations that he goes in, because it seems that his ego was so hurt that Ryan said that he punched him in the nose and he ran to the dean, that he felt it more important to address before the whole steroid thing where he was accused of almost killing the guy. Like, what kind of priority list are we on right now to where that took the main emphasis as the first thing he talked about? And after this, he went ahead and decided to address the little call out that apparently pissed him off.
And on top of that, now he calls me out and says he wants a bare knuckle fight. First of all, why is this guy so obsessed with me? And second of all, why are you lying about shit that never happened? That sounds absolutely idiotic. You're trying to make content on my name. Your YouTube channel is King Azoulay channel. You obviously know nobody's going to listen to you, and that's why you talk about me. You're not that interesting. Now, you know I hate fighting with people because I wasn't here to fight. I didn't get on the internet to fight. But if I fight somebody, they have to be worthy of it. Give me Andrew Tate. Give me Conor McGregor. Give me Jake Paul. Give me Mike Tyson. Give me Mayweather. It's all about money and fame. But I created fame for myself. And now I'm the most famous person on the internet today. I'm the most talked about influencer. Whether it's good or bad, I don't give a f.
Alright, buddy, let's calm the hell down. You are not the most famous influencer on YouTube, much less the internet. And I just had to stop it right there, because there is absolutely no way that the motherfucker who tried to say he fought 30 men at the same time, and the same guy who apparently trained with Master Shifu in a restaurant, just said what I think he said. There is absolutely no way that this man just tried to call someone else out for lying about things that never happened before calling it idiotic. You're right, Ben. If you do lie about things that just didn't happen, then it is pretty damn idiotic. But here's the thing. You have become known for seeming like you're constantly lying about things that never happened. Like, how the hell? How do you even say that in this man's position? I am genuinely astounded. And of course, he is still nowhere near done, because the most famous man on the internet still needs to continue his little rant.
At the end of the day, all the shit you guys are coming up with, it's all a lie. And you guys will know it soon. It's all bullshit. I never did anything to any girl. And I believe that a lot of you guys already know that. Because if you go to my last video, you'll see that I put out an article that explains exactly what happened. But this Ryan guy is a clown. But you know what? Maybe he's not a clown. But I'll tell you what it is. You remember in school when they said kids don't use drugs? It's because Ryan is the end result of that. He's highly addicted to drugs. He's on drugs every time he makes a video. And I think he claimed that I somehow try to attack him on messages or something, or I send him messages from fake accounts? Like, you think I have time for you? All I have time for is my lovely life. I don't have time for people at the bottom. You're so low, I can't see you. Doesn't matter how much you scream. By you claiming things, and you live in my area, saying things like that happen when they never have, that to me is absolutely crazy. Really, that's crazy, and you need real help, true help. And unfortunately, it seems like in your videos, you live either in your mother's basement, your mother's garage, you're in the dungeon, you're on drugs, and you're not doing anything with your life. And making content about me, soon, what are you going to do? What are you going to talk about? Huh? Who are you going to talk about? You're going to keep talking about me forever? Is that how obsessed you are with me?
And yeah, here we go again with more attacks on character without any evidence that I see to go ahead and say that the guy's just on drugs and everything he's saying is completely invalid because of that is just a wild claim in general. But I will say one thing, King Azoulay. It does seem that you have time for him, considering that you've been making multiple different videos today, just specifically to go ahead and respond to him. So obviously, instead of enjoying your nice fucking life, like you put it, it seems that Ryan is living rent-free in your head. And then on top of that, you yet again just depend on this article that you were talking about that you listed in your response video that didn't really seem to prove anything, and I have already addressed the different issues that I did have with it. But you also just haven't addressed other things that John Bravo had brought forward, like the medical report that he was talking about. I haven't even seen you really say anything about that still. So you can't just sit there and say things like you think that a lot of us already know that nothing happened, when there is so much that it seems you were just ignoring. And the thing is, Ben, I do want to believe that nothing happened, because then there wouldn't be some horrible crime and some victim, but I have to look at the reality of the different things that have been brought to the table. And it seems like John Bravo's evidence seems to be a lot stronger from everything that I've looked at so far. But with all of that just put to the side, it seems that Ben then continued and decided to set the conditions for him accepting the bare knuckle fight.
Well, let's make it clear. You got to pay to play. Show us that you have $250,000 in your account, and I'll set up a fight just because this is personal. I'll set up a fight with UNF. We'll do an MMA fight. I'm ready today, I'm ready tomorrow, I'm ready any time you want. We'll do it legit, we'll do it legal, and don't worry, after I put you to sleep in the cage, I'll go ahead and give you a hug. And I'll tell you, you got some balls for coming in here with me. But it's time for you to get off the internet. Unless your next video is about you fighting me and showing us that you have $250,000, because that's going to go into an escrow account. You're going to sign a waiver, and we'll set up a fight. But your money has to go first into an escrow account to show that you are really all about your talk. Because if not, you're all bullshit. And we don't have time to set up a whole event for bullshit. Events cost money. But you want to catch more clout? No problem. You want to try to catch this fade? No problem. Believe me, I've had over 1,000 fights in my life. I'm not worried from one more. I'm 35. I wasn't looking to fight unless I'm going to make $100 million. But since you're making this personal, let's go ahead and run it. Make the next video, show us that you have the money, and we'll run it. And if you're going to make another video saying, he just wants money, again, you're a loser, you're nobody, you have nothing to lose. We clearly know that. You don't live my life. You don't have what I have. You haven't worked for the success that I worked for. That's why I'm the guy out there that everybody talks about. Because I came from nothing and I made it to the top. And if you want to be seen at the top, even though you get knocked out and go to sleep, you want to be seen at the top? Go ahead. Let's run it. But show us that you got money. Maybe start a GoFundMe account. That's going to be a little bit better for you, because we all know you're broke.
And there you have it. Ben Azoulay then doubled down and decided that the only way he was accepting this fight was if Ryan goes ahead and puts up the $250,000. And the only reason that Ben is doing this pay-to-play type of bullshit is because that he doesn't really want to fight, but instead would rather act like he does and then just try to say the other person is broke. And it's clearly him just dodging the living shit out of it, and that has become even more evident since he had pulled this video down right after posting it, and I guess second-guessed before following through with it. But with all of that said, this guy is just embarrassing himself even more, and I can't believe that he's actually still going at this point. Like, these are just new levels of downright stupid. But if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and the like, and I'm out. Watching Ben Azoulay continue to respond to people and look stupid, in peace.
I have longer pinky nails than my girl. The biggest question is that a nail? So people don't understand what a long pinky nail is. In the culture of Middle Easterns, when you have long fingernails, it's the sign of wealth. And if it doesn't break, and it's strong and it's powerful, then it means you're going to be wealthier.